Thanks for staying with us. We're going to take you live now to Durban, to the ongoing ANC conference where the new chairperson of ANC KZN, Siboniso Duma, is about to speak.
Revolutionary greetings. Comrades, compatriots present here, fellow ambassadors of the ANC brand watching this August 9th conference of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal from here, listening via all media platforms, social and digital. Revolutionary greetings to all of you. Comrades, sifisa ukuthi uma siqala ngaseqaleni sibonge kakhulu ngeqhaza elidlalwe uComrade KZN kwaze kwafika njengamanje siyafisa udeserve a standing ovation from the plenary of this house, comrades. Siyabonga, comrade, you may sit down. The secretariat that was led by Comrade Mtumseni abenza umsebenzi omkhulu, comrade. Usually ke comrade ke amaqabane siyawazi ukuthi inkonfa bezinokuhamba kanjani. Siyabonga KZN for a sterling role and the leadership that you have displayed. You remain the brother to us, our senior, and the leader of KwaZulu-Natal, and you are our premier. We recognize your leadership and we will work together very close. Today marks the beginning of a new chapter in life of this gallant movement of the people, the ANC KwaZulu-Natal. Before we give a laborious picture of this new chapter, let us first congratulate the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal for holding a successful, peaceful and unity demonstrating provincial conference. We congratulate the branch nomination process which culminated to this orderly non-provincial elective conference, which lived to the highly revolutionary morality and high discipline expected of the ANC leadership. We want to congratulate all those who were nominated to exercise their democratic right to contest and democratic constitute ANC internal provincial election. We also appreciate, comrades, the cordiality, respect and selflessness demonstrated by the conference in embracing the principle of democratic centralism, which is the cornerstone of the national democratic revolution electioneering for a progressive movement such as the ANC. Siyabonga comrade NEC present. Siyafisa ukuthi ke ngabe hlamba sekhona ama officials ngaseqaleni nje because ke kubalekile ukuthi iANC yazixoxa izinto ke simtshele no Comrade President ukuthi there was a time where ama members ay staff saka ANC kwakufanele be subjected ukuthi kuphele inyanga bengazi noma izofika ini payment yabo. There was a time ke ANC ke kufanele ulindele ukuthi izowina overwhelmingly ma election. That same ANC in the National Assembly will find that will appropriate a budget almost 2.1 trillion, but the ANC is poorer. The staff of the ANC is subjected to chance. We therefore suggest, Comrade Chairperson, other means so that the ANC is no longer perpetually subjected to these tragedies and atrocities, because they must be regarded and characterized as such. Kuyoba ngcono comrade la KwaZulu-Natal isithathe a resolution as well ukuthi ke le concept of cooperatives ukuthi indawo ama cooperatives comrade singaloke si theorize. iANC KwaZulu-Natal izoloku iqhubeka esezandleni nasemaphaketheni onke wankulu, nor unless we buy a farm iANC benendlalo izohlala khona izakhele mase iyazilimela izikhiqizela umkhiqizo wayo maqabandi. Therefore our staff will be guaranteed at the end of the month ukuthi imali yabo ngeke kube kutheni bacabangeni abantu ekufanele bayikhokhele. As a singular honor, comrades, I would like to congratulate the crop of leaders with the conference as elected to serve the ANC and the people of KwaZulu-Natal. I congratulate Comrade Noma Kokosmelane, the Deputy Chair, Comrade Begimtolo, the PS, Comrade Sipohlomuga, and Comrade Tutugo Mahlaba, the Provincial Treasurer. I think Comrade Tigebonke Lamaqabanu who have been elected, as well congratulate bazwile nje ngama-comrade ala bazwe nangama-comment into comrade abantu abakhala ngayo ukuthi siyacela nize ningasiphakameli. Uma kuyi-constant reminder comrade siyafisa ukuthi ningawuphakameli umbutho niqhubeke as such. I-humility yona ezobuyisa isifundazwe saKwaZulu-Natal, uthando nobumnene nokubacabangela nokubanaka abantu nizikhohlwe nina will collapse isimo sokuthi ANC ibuke kambi yobuyeka ibe nephunga elihle ithandwe kwiprovince yaKwaZulu-Natal. These comrades are product of Revolutionary Preparatory School of the ANC, comrade the ANC Youth League, have served the ANC over many years through the ranks and file in a number of capabilities. And true to the nature of ANC to be developmental and progressive, leaders such as President Madiba, Oliver Tambo, Tasi Sulu, all had a distinguished honor to have joined the ANC and served the people from the years of their youth. The reality is that the world is growing young in the country, and KwaZulu-Natal must also do the same in ensuring that we put that emphatic and ensure ukuthi siyayibuyisela i-energy and ukuze abantu baqhubeke babe nokuthemba comrade. Ikhona ke nje comrade ke le mesidlula ngiyicabanga ukuthi ngoba besikhama across us contactor ne-meet ukuthi hey beyikhona kona ukuthi ke ba-characterize ngayo yonke indlela labahold ngikuthandile omunye uzowabiza ngaba-nobodies abantu abangaziwa. Kodwa kukutshela ukuthi ke i-ANC i-brand yaziwayo ekuyofanele iqhubeke ithembele kubona ukuthi bayithathe. Sicabanga ukuthi siyakuvuma ke comrade ukuthi i-ANC KwaZulu-Natal izolibuyisa ithemba iqhubeka umsebenzi osewenziwe ukuze sikwazi ukuthi mekufika u-2024 which will be the decimal point ukuthi kwenzakalani ukuthi umuntu omnyama aqhubeke athembele ku-ANC isimo sakhona ukuze silunge. Sikhona ke comrade ke isifiso esike sasiloke sisicabanga nje sisihumushe in our minds, but we have not implemented the policies very well. Uma nje comrade kule population yaKwaZulu-Natal u-12 million singangena kwi-concept ye-sovereign fund where those who are working on a monthly basis noma ngathi abantu abawu-5 million benga-contributor 100 rand a month. Singakwazi ukuthi singabe sadependa kuma-monopolies, sikwazi ukuzimela as a movement. Lokho ukwenze nebandla, lokho ukwenze ne-royal household, lokho ukwenze na yonke nje society progressively ecabanga ukuthi i-ANC singayisebenzisa. Then nohulumeni abesiyasondela eduzane ngoba sekucacile ukuthi ayikho into ewumnotho ozokwazi ukuthi uyiguqule ngale ukuthi uthathe a brave stance isimo then sobe sesiyakwazi ukushintsha. The ANC has a strategic response to strategic poised problems then, meaning the beginning of the 19th century. The ANC today faces more complex questions which have evolved with the time and the operating political and economic environment. Essentially, the ANC was founded to engage, respond to, and give strategic solutions to the embedded traps of colonialism, imperialism, and later apartheid. Today, the new phase of apartheid exists in a form of neo-apartheid, namely strategic economic subjugation of critical mass, which are black in particular and African in general. In this strict sense, the ANC essentially is a special purpose vehicle, a vehicle of liberation, emancipation, and vehicle of hope and freedom. The outgoing chair of the province, Comrade KZN, was correct to quote and highlight in his political report that the ANC does not exist for its leaders, but for people. Further correctly noted that the ANC historical mission of existence was to unite the people of South Africa, in particular the oppressed, and lead them in quest for freedom. To highlight the interconnectedness to this fundamental distinction of the character of ANC, which is fundamental and essentially for the people, the political report generously cited 3 distinguished eminent revolutionaries who have been contributors massively to the liberation of emancipation of the people. Namely, Comrade Fidel Castro, who warned that a revolution is not a bed of roses, but a struggle between the future and the past. The eminent gallant fighter, Comrade Themba Herikwala, who will be turning 102 years today, was alive. Comrade Joslov, another gallant fighter of the revolution. Siyazibalula ke maqabane lezimo ukuthi izimpilo zabantu zizoshintsha uma singaqhubeka sithembeke sikwazi ukuthembela emgomeni wakho nokhongolosi. Omunye wabona obhala uComrade uMageba uhighlighter into enkulu kakhulu maqabane ke engifisa nakhona ukuthi sikhulume nje sikhumbule ukuthi seze sayigqoka into ukuthi iANC is corrupt even kwathina. Usuthi mombheka uComrade nawe ucabanga icorruption. Ideologically, superstructure is created an economic base, and the capitalism is inherent with the corruption. But the corruption, mozoyibona yenziwa uSteinoff edla amabhillion, asibone as corruption, and asisho lutho ngakho. In fact, what we've been complaining about, the judicial system, iyakwazi ukumiyeka umlungu, ibhala isilungu esikahle, osuke entshontshe 125 million. Agcine ngashushiswanga angenzekanga lutho. Kodwa ingane nje encane yesikole bayibophe baze bayiqedele ikusasa ngoba ingena umuntu ozoyivikela. And the ANC was established for those purposes. Comrade, we are not here to promote corruption. Kodwa ngeke comrade kube yithina ku social network esofika sikhulumane kambi sisho ukuthi usibanibani wenze lokho usibanibani wenze lokho, then we expect ukuthi abantu bazosivotela bese kufanele kube khona isikhathi sokuvota. Comrade, ungcolisa your own comrade ngento embi is counter revolutionary. Is something ekufanele singayipromote comrade noma saseniqabene kanjani noqabani wakho. Awukwazi kuya ku social media inkinga zakakhongolose ezikhuluma ngaphakathi neziresolve zonke niqhubeke nithandane as comrade ngaleyo ndlela maqabantu. I mentioned these three distinguished luminaries from the political report, comrade, we have inherited as I close this conference for one particular reason, comrade, to highlight that this ANC is and has been of paramount importance in the lives of our people throughout history. It is now upon us, the new leadership, together with all sectors of society, to fully appreciate the importance of the role and the meaning of the ANC to the lives of ordinary people. For our people and ANC, they know is the ANC that is able to help them through between the struggles for the future. The conference as an impetus for new social contracts. For the 9th Provincial Conference of KwaZulu-Natal, to make sure that makes sense the real owners of the ANC, which are the ordinary millions who have pinned their hopes on the visions, mission, programs, and objectives of this movement, and not to remain to talk show where only does benefit and advance their political and personal interest. Elinye comrade iqiniso ke esifuna ukuthi silikhulume nje ukuthi kuyaziwa ukuthi amanye ama comrade if ecabanga nga process of the conferences, it is about them. Ukuthi comrade, you've been elected as official and izophinde kuqhamuke ne-PC, akusho automatically impilo zabantu bakwaZulu-Natal sezishintshile. Impilo zabantu bakwaZulu-Natal remain the same until sizashona kuzona siyokwazi ukuzixazulula. Siyafisa ke comrade ukuthi ke ziyakhona into ezihluphayo kwenzeka i-disaster kwi-province yakwaZulu-Natal. Kunombango ke maqabano sukuzoba khona uNdlunkulu afika claim enze commitment azamemezele billions athayeza. Then mase kufanele implement uthola cha awekho ama billions comrade. Instead khona interpretation of what was the meaning of those billions. Siyafisa comrade ubuholi bazolonke buyiqonde indaba ukuthi ukwenza commitment ngemali engekho nezongabi khona within a short space of time akuyenzi sense. Instead kwenza umsebenzi wethu ocampaign obe so difficult. Comrade, I think kubalekile ke njengo ANC le inhlaka sezibaliwe na declaration comrade. Sicabanga ukuthi ke ukubuyela ku ANC siuphinsele kwi society kuyothatha ukuthi asibuyele bamadleni asibuyele kubanikazi bawo bawakho ukhongolose comrade ukuze isimo sethu sibe right. The National Democratic Revolution Program, which is the creation of a united, non-racial, non-sexist, democratic and prosperous society, will remain a pipe dream or a mere slogan of the social contract we are alluding to. is not fully embraced by a conscious cadre of the KZN ANC. Siyafisa ke comrade ukuthi sinokuzikota opportunistically le ndaba ya racial element and character of the ANC. Uma comrade ke bezofika abantu babulawa ngesihluku ePhoenix, akukho fair ukuthi singaba defend kodwa sisho ukuthi cha njengamanje na ke we must not be non-racial, we must not perpetuate, we must deal siba defend abantu ababulawa ngesihluku ePhoenix, ba expose abenze bobubi. Sibakhuze comrade nawo bonke nje abaholi bethu ukuthi uma beya kule ndawo, it is not right to take a popular stance. Defend the ANC at all material time. Tell the truth even if it's painful. Ngoba okwenzeka lapha is painful and it was barbaric. Kodwa bayafihlwa abantu abenza lo bubi noma beyinkantolo kodwa laba bakithi bayavezwa nje kuthiwa bha and ingabikho lutho ngathi siyaliqaphela. This call for renewal of the social contract with our people is what will give effect and life to the aspiration of the 54 National Conference of the ANC, which was held under the theme Remember Tambo, towards unity, renewal and radical socio-economic transformation. We don't want to spend and dwell, comrade, on this. We are still going to go down and build these branches so that the ANC can appeal. Zikhona ke comrade into ekufanele siyozimela njengamanje kwi-police conference nango-December. I-ANC comrade ke uma isifuna ukushintsha impilo zabantu nokwazi ukuthi izilungiselela yona kuyofanele mayithatha nje i-character ne-shape ethile kade ichaza ubuholi bazwelonke. Izinto zakhona singabi namehlo. I-renewal project comrade has been weaponized ukupersecute abantu abathile nge-renewal project. I-renewal project comrade should be thorough. Ikwazi ukuthi size movement ukuthi sikwazi ukuthi size sizakhe kabusha sizibuyisele ebantwini. Kodwa kuboye ngathi ke ufuna nje uku-attack ucomrade othile uthi ukhuluma nge-renewal project kanti ufuna ukumpheja. Sisenzile ke comrade isithembiso sokuthi as this PC uma siqeda umsebenzi comrade cishe wonke umuntu ushawa uvalo ukuthi what is going to happen to them. If you want to unite province KwaZulu-Natal comrade, izinto esizibonile zenzeke inkonfeni ezidlulile kufanele siphume kuzona. Kufanele sibe thara comrade siwabuild ama branches. Towards the end comrade, in conclusion, we want to highlight ezinye zezinto ukuthi enye into ebalekile nge-lead of a society like ANC akufanele comrade ikhulume u-left iqede ihamba right. Mase ikhulume into ANC ifane implement noma ngabe ibhlungu noma ngabe imnandi comrade. It is what is going to take back and give the ANC its utmost strength ukuze kwazi ukuthi lead the comrade. Sishilo already ke comrade izinto ebesifuna ukuthi sizisho and siyafuna ukuba emphatic on this because iloku ikhulunywa comrade and izosilekelela going forward. The President Jacob Zuma matter comrade on the matter kaMsholozi Nxamalala. We remain guided by two principles. And no matter how we differ on the matter of interpretations, these two will guide us. One, our resolute support for President Zuma as a province or as an individual. We are law-abiding province indeed, but we are not confused, comrades, where the same law or laws are used to settle political scores. We think comrade Zondo is no longer a judge. He's either a political analyst, noma umsebenzi who's pushing the certain agenda narratives. Let us go and read documents, Maqabane. Comrade Zondo is suggesting that from now onwards, ANC, no more president, the fanla khethwe is society. Something that is abnormal and bizarre to be suggested by the judge. Ngoba i-judicial overreach siya understand and siyafuna comrade ukuthi sikhulume ukuthi kuma 3 arms kuyofanele sizilungise ngezinye izinto sizikhulume. And siyafumana comrade chairperson comrade KZN usekhulumile comrade kuyofanele at the right time sibheke kodwa ukuthi this democracy esayithatha ne judiciary, is it going to be transformative noma izoqhubeka isicindezele kufanele ize sibuyele kwi constitution enikeza amandla ukuthi majority ikwazi ukuguide impilo zabantu going forward. Sihleli kahle nje Maqabane size sikwazi ngoba at this point in time democracy it is too artificial and they implement it in a very opportunistic manner in our country. We've spoken about the issue of royal household, comrade. We've mentioned how we are going to deal with this matter. First and foremost, we should acknowledge that as a province of KwaZulu-Natal and AmaZulu as a nation, we are poor and as the new leadership, comrade, we have a task to be part of the solution at all material times in the affairs that affect the province. Those in Zolwayo as such will indeed sit down and seek wisdom on how can we play a role where we can and where we should to be part. The National Party chairs, comrade, already siwutholile umlayezo ukuthi ba happy kakhulu ukuthi ANC kwi conference yayo iyakhuluma ukuthi izolisebenza udaba lube udaba nje oluzoba khona libe societal and lokho kuyasikhulula kakhulu kusinikeza nethemba maqabandla. Domestic and global balance of forces. Surely the strategic and tactics document of the ANC, the Commission on Internal Affairs, the recent SSCP Congress, the recent NEC sitting, have all highlighted the die current of the domestic and global balance of forces. And I think, comrade, in fact, unyambo sobabili bakhulume ngawo kuba comrade unyambo somncane comrade David Masondo kwa unyambo somdala comrade uBhuti Nkosinathi Mthetho. We want to close the conference, comrade, and we are not going to go to other deeper details because sekusemsuku nje manje comrade and siyafisa amaqabane ahambe ephephile ngokuthi ke si mention ukuthi towards a peaceful and stable province. Indeed, this is just an acceptance and appreciation speech, comrades, not an exhaustive high-level strategic plan yet. Indeed, we shall have such sooner than later. We have just walked into the office. We have just elected new provincial officials. A new PC will be elected, as we understand, and shall now be engaging with the alliance partners, IPATI, COSAT, and SANCO. The road is still very long. Comrade, I can, however, assure you that the turnaround strategy will be developed and tabled much sooner. We will indeed maximize the skills base of the organization, government, and society to ensure KZN under the ANC-led government enjoys stability, prosperity, thriving economy, security, and opportunities for the youth, care for elders. Thank you very much for this successful 9th Provincial Conference, Maqabane. Thanks to the NEC deployees, Congress movement partners, alliance partners, social partners, branches, former leadership, and KwaZulu-Natal. People at large, enjoy your support. Let us go and work for the united and prosperous society. Malta!
There's live pictures coming to us from Durban, where we've just heard the new chairperson of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal, Siboniso Duma, closing the conference officially. Of course, Duma elected to the position last night, unseating Sihle Zikalala, Duma receiving 930 votes, Zikalala 665. Short and to the point was his speech, in my opinion. Various things that he pointed to there, saying that the ANC in the province will work hard to regain the trust of the people. He spoke about the strengthening that's needed of their branches. He alluded to the President Jacob Zuma matter, spoke about two principles that they need to consider. But he said the province is a law-abiding province, but if I may paraphrase, saying that they will not support political agendas being pushed by the judiciary. He also said that smear campaigns against fellow comrades are counter-revolutionary, and said that it's not right that the so-called renewal project of the national ANC body is being weaponized against fellow comrades. I'm sure we'll hear more opinion and analysis coming out of that conference over the coming days, of course, as the national organization of the ANC prepares for its upcoming policy conference.